Hello Taurus, welcome back to New Hope Tarot. We're going to be doing your reading for the second half of February. That will be February 15th through February 28th. I've already meditated upon the cards and I have pre-shuffled. But as always, I will go ahead and shuffle live. And before we get started, please make sure to like, share, subscribe if this reading does resonate for you. Otherwise, you can check out your sun, moon, and rising. Right, let's take a look here at what we got going on. Let's get your energies, my dear ones. Clear. Oh my goodness. So I'm laughing because when I was shuffling the cards, they gave me an image of a lock. And like one of those old school locks that have like a skeleton key. That's the image that they're giving me, like the Pirates of the Caribbean lock on the jail cells, right? But not the jail, just the actual lock. And I feel like because it took a very, very long time to get your card out. I feel like that is your energy right now. Either you're shut down and you need to get cleared, is what I'm getting, or you are and I feel like this is for somebody specific because I'm getting a very and not necessarily singular energy, but it's very, very strong. So either a lot of you have this energy or this one energy is really coming through. So either you are shut down or you have locked yourself up like Fort Knox because you're starting to see clearly and you don't want others to recognize how clearly you see them. And for the remainder of you, I feel like you see more clearly the less you talk by just observing. Okay, that's what those are the energies that I'm getting here, just by this one card and of course by the image that they showed me. All right, let's get your other oracle card here. Underworld. Interesting. And don't be afraid of the underworld. Underworld isn't necessarily a dark energy or anything like that. Underworld is just going within yourself, and I feel like this is the energy that, like, you're bound, right? Like that lock that spirit showed me. I feel like you have bound yourself to to like you've limited yourself to, I'm getting 5. I don't know why I'm getting 5, but I'm getting 5. 5 special people in your life that you really trust. And of course, you go within yourself. That is how, it's like you go within yourself and you are very clear-minded. And then these 5 points, these people are like your sounding board, is what I'm getting from this card. Because whomever you're with or whatever it is you do, I feel like this is generally about work, but it could for sure have to do with family or a loved one. I feel like you understand the politics of the world you're in, but you're not tied to it. It isn't truly what you believe, but you have to play a role. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Oh, okay. And yet, we have the 2 of Wands in reverse. Interesting. So, I'm getting, again, because the 2 of Wands in reverse could be a card about restricted choices, restricted options. And possible change of fear. So regardless of the rigidity or the, maybe not necessarily rigidity, because I don't feel like, I don't feel rigid. Rigid is not the right word. I just feel like there's a lot of restrictions where you're at. And even though you are uncomfortable with the restrictions, I also am getting the idea that you, although not typically afraid of change, for whatever reason, you might right now at this moment fear a possible switch in direction. And I'm getting the 2 of Pentacles for whatever reason. I feel like you're weighing out your options in order to decide appropriately what is best for you. You might even be touching base with those 5 sounding board people. And you might be doing a lot of meditations to try to decide what you should do. And I'm going to be quite honest with you, my dear Taurus. I feel like you've actually already made up your mind. You just are afraid of the decision that you made and afraid of the possible consequences, or not necessarily consequences, but lack of something because of not having what you have right now. I hope that makes sense. Then we have the 4 of Wands in reverse and the Magician in reverse. Very interesting. So, and these are all in reverse, which tells me that you're upside down about where you're at. This is absolutely telling me that you are not aligned. Anytime I get the first, even if it's a good card or the good meaning in reverse, when I get all the first row cards in reverse, tells me that you are not aligned with whatever it is you're doing, period. That's what it's telling me. And not to mention that both the Four of Wands and the Magician are both connected to the throat chakra, and that's and then the clear card is also blue, which also reminds me of the throat chakra. So I feel like you have to speak your truth kindly, which I feel like you are. Like, I feel like you are a very I feel like you walk a lovely balance between being truthful and being kind. So you speak, like, there's people that can speak the truth, but they could be very cruel with their words. And then there are people who are kind that just give you a whole bunch of fluff, right? I feel like you walk the balance between those two things. And you just don't know how to vocalize it in regards to this situation yet, is what I'm getting. And the reason why I said that you might be indecisive, but I feel like you've already made the decision, even though you know you're not happy about it, because the Two of Wands has to deal with a third eye. And I feel like you see things clearly. You know what path you have to take. You do. You see what this is, this path that you are taking right now, that you are on. You see where it's headed, and you see the potential of the other option. However, you're indecisive because it scares you. And you're not one to scare easily. So this is very interesting. So this is either something that you have been in for a very long time, and it's not necessarily for fear of leaving, but the fear of beginning anew, perhaps. Take it how it resonates, my dear Taurus, okay? Now, with the Four of Wands in reverse, I feel you are going to leave. I'm not saying that you're going to leave immediately. However, I feel you are going to leave because you're not happy with the realm that you're in right now. Okay? Not to say that you're not happy with the people. It has nothing to do with the people or the workers or anything like that. That's not the energy that I'm getting. I see calmness, but what I see is the politics that kind of unsettles you in some sort of way. Or maybe you're just drained. And maybe because of the kind of position you hold, maybe you don't have a lot of time for yourself, time to get reconnected with yourself or with your family. And I feel like you are looking for ways to find that again and try to get reconnected with your friends and family. Not to say that you can't pick up the phone or anything like that, but I feel like you are genuinely wanting to be more connected other than just a phone, okay, or a phone call. I'm also getting some sort of travel for some of you. So again, take it how it resonates. Now with the Magician in reversed, I feel like you know that you can create whatever you want. However, right now, what I'm getting is frustration. You know when, I don't know why they showed me this, but this is what I'm getting. When you are mixing the properties for a volcano project like you do in school, and if it isn't precise, then it either could explode or it could be an absolute dud, right? And I feel like you are trying to find the best way to create an exit or some sort of a way out or a step down from where you're at currently, but either some sort of delays are occurring. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Like I'm trying to say words, but I'm caught up in them. Yeah, or maybe you have already voiced your opinions or your thoughts, and they keep delaying it, which is making you frustrated. That can also be a possibility. All right, we have the Queen of Swords here. And I feel like this is really very much your energy. Very intelligent. Clear-minded. Speaks clearly. I really do have the idea that you speak very... And it's funny because the swords is usually very rapid, but I feel like you think fast but speak slow. That's the sense that I'm getting. Like the ideas of what you're going to say come at you quickly, and then as whomever is talking, it's like you filter it and you speak gentle words. And you speak very intelligently. And you know how to speak so not to offend. You know, it must be really exhausting walking this fine line consistently. I could see how this could weigh upon anybody. Let me see the next card here. All right, we have the Death card in reverse, which is a card of transformation and change, but again, it's in reverse, so I don't foresee... It's very similar to the Magician. Like the Magician can create whatever they want. However, I feel like because it is a catty corner to one another, I'm getting the sense that this is going to be a slow process. But I feel like the change needs to come from within you. And it's funny because hold on one second, the card just fell. So thank you. I apologize for that. So the Death card and the Two of Wands are both about change or choices, right? So I mentioned fear of change, which is correlating here with the Death card in reverse, and you can change. It's just going to be a slow change because you're afraid of making that possible change. Okay. And again, it's a catty corner to the Magician as well. Again, there's hesitation here on... This is all coming from your behalf, my dear Taurus. You are able to make choices, fearless choices. is what I'm seeing here. Like you've got the world in your hand and you feel like you can conquer it, right? It's like I can do whatever I want. That is the potential of the Two of Wands. However, you're being indecisive, right? I feel like, because the Two of Wands is actually a card about decisions, I feel like you are aware of what those decisions are, but you are afraid of making the changes. Even though you know you're able to create whatever you want, you've either been in this field or relationship or whatever for a very long time, and it's scary starting something new is really what's coming to me. Then we have the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups is about celebration, and friends, family. It can even be a card about abundance, but here's what I am going to say about this before I move on to the Three of Cups. The Queen of Swords is straight under the Two of Wands, which is telling me that your intellectual side is being taken over by your intuitive side, right? Because your intuitive side, the Two of Wands is your intuition, right? Your third eye chakra. The Queen of Swords is about intellect, right? They're opposing one another. That's where your hang up is at, right? You going back and forth. Yes, I know this is the wise thing to do, yet my heart feels this. My intuition feels that I should do this. And I do feel like you are going to make a change. You are. You absolutely are. However, it's going to be, at the time that you choose, is going to be where you're able to really cut solid ties with whatever it is happening, or you're able to step down from whatever it is that you've got going on. All right, because again, we have the Three of Cups here, and this is directly below the Magician, which tells me you can create, you will create. Right now, you just don't have the right mixture, but you will. You will eventually figure it out, and you'll come up with the right mixture in order for you to move forward with whatever it is, however it is you want to proceed. It is also catty corner to the Four of Wands in reverse here, which is telling me you're going to leave a situation, right? Because you're celebrating leaving this situation, all right? Whatever you're leaving, whatever is making you unhappy. Okay. I'm not really sure why, my dear Taurus, but Spirit wants me to pull another tarot card and another oracle card. So that's what I'm going to do for you. And ultimately, this is really going to come down to your head, for you to decide, because you know what you have to do. You have to be ready for it. That's all. Justice. Oh, Spirit, you are so funny. Yeah. Cause and effect. So funny. Listen, my dear Taurus, I feel like this is you. I really do. I feel like this is your energy, and not even just your energy. I also feel like there is going to be a justification when you leave, right? Like it's going to be balanced. I don't want you to worry about that, but I do feel like this is you. Like I feel like you're so burdened by your integrity. Like your integrity is so strong that you have a very difficult time walking away from something because you feel like by you walking away, it's going to affect others. Okay? But what you have to recognize, my dear ones, is follow your heart. You have given so much is what I'm getting here. Like you have given so much. You're going to reap the rewards here. Okay? You know that, I don't know what song that, I don't know who sings it, but you get what you give, or you give what you get. I think it's you get what you give. I don't know who sings it, but somebody sings it. And that's the song that's coming to my head. And it's fairly an upbeat song. And I feel like you have gone through such a journey in your life. And within this particular situation that you are in, I feel like that it is time for you to expand on what your heart wants, on what your true desires are. And if I'm being honest, my dear Taurus, what I'm seeing is that you really desire to spend time with those closest to you, even though you do thoroughly enjoy what it is you do. It just feels like it's become slightly more weighted upon you, is what I'm getting. Sacred sexuality. Now, before you guys get all crazy on me, what this card actually means is that you are perfect as you are. You don't need reputation. You don't need any flowering words or accolades or anything like that to define who you are. This is simply stating you are perfect in your imperfection. And that's perfectly fine. That's I said perfectly way too many times there. But either way, that came out of my mouth. Funny enough, I don't know why, but this is coming up just as I was about to end the reading. But Spirit just pointed out to me that I feel like you have, for some of you, not all of you, number one, I feel like some of you have Aries in your chart somewhere. That's what I'm getting. I feel like you are attracting somebody with a maybe Scorpio in them. Because a Scorpio is a very sexual sign, or sensual is really the word I'm looking for. They may not be, and also the Death card is Scorpio, but the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we have the Three of Cups and the Four of Wands, which is ultimately a card of marriage or relationships or a foundation, right? And yes, it is in reverse. I'm fully aware of that. However, Spirit has pointed out to me that a solid relationship is manifesting somewhere and will come, and it will be clear when you see it, is what I'm getting. But with the underworld and the death, the Three of Cups and the Four of Wands together, the full story, what I'm getting, and even with the Magician, the full story that I'm getting is that you can definitely be meeting somebody that can bring a sense of comfort to you, can bring a sense of balance to you, because we do have this Justice card. It's like you both put forth the energies. Like one person doesn't give more than the other. I feel like this is a very solid, fair, honest relationship. And it's steady. Like it's steady. It's like steady and fluid. I don't know if that makes sense. It's steady and it's fluid. But the ether is the one that's creating this. Roses might have something to do with it. I don't know. The number 5, roses. That's all they're giving me. That is all they're giving me. I'm also seeing Justice is the number 11. The Magician is number 1. The Two of Wands is a Roman numeral 2, which looks like 2 number 1. So I'm seeing a lot of ones. So this could be a potential soulmate for you. And ultimately, it's going to be your decision whether this is something you want or don't want, but it's there for the taking, my dear Taurus. I didn't even see that in the reading. Spirit happened to point it out to me. So I have to call it out, because they are for sure, but like they were really nudging me towards that. Now I understand why they wanted me to pick out the other 2 cards, the Justice and the Tarot card and the Oracle card, Justice and the Sacred Sexuality. Because I feel like some of you might have been out of the dating game for some time, and maybe you don't feel worthy of a partner, or maybe thought it wasn't in the cards. But guess what? Spirit said today, it's in the cards. It's just up to you. The choices are all yours, my dear ones. All right. That was your reading for the second half of February. There is a lot to unpack there, dear ones. So good luck, and may you make May you make wise choices. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. Bye.